Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Young Composer Reacts to Muse Stockholm Syndrome live Glastonbury 2004. I was just watching this one as a leisure thing this morning and I realized it was 9 minutes, but the song is like 4 or 5 minutes, so I'm really curious as to why that could be. I want to know what they do. My last video was a bit of a doozy, so let's try to fix that and have some fun with something that I'm pretty sure I will like. And I've seen the first couple minutes. Let's go. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's Muse, baby. It's old Muse. It's ragey Muse. It's raging Muse. It's furious Muse. What do I say about this? Well, we can focus maybe on the differences between the album version and this version. So, first thing that grabs your ear, I think, would be the distortion on the vocals, and you can hear that when Matt is speaking at the beginning. I have no idea what he's saying because of the distortion and the accent and stuff. It's like impossible. I don't understand a single word, but yeah, I mean it's a good way. It's a good way to do it on a song like this. On the album, when he goes into those screams, I wish I could. He compresses it himself with his support and stuff like that, meaning like it's not a clean sound. It's like a close to a scream, right? But there's also effects that come in and enhance that feeling and that rage. And if you're going to do that song live, if you're going to tour it, it's not easy. It's really difficult. It's kind of high. It's kind of extremely intense, and if you do that in the studio, you can do it whenever. You can do it super late at night and rest your voice for like a week. You can do whatever the hell you want. So it's not the same. If you have to do it regularly like that, it's a really good idea, I think, to have the distortion all throughout the song so that you can maybe give a little less, but it sounds the same, and you do it in a healthy way, and you can focus on whatever, not hurting your voice and making the guitar playing the right chords, which doesn't really happen at the beginning of that first chorus. It's funny, when I was getting to it with the air drumming and stuff, I caught, my ear still caught that something funny was happening, which is what happens when you actually play your songs live. You know, it's just part of the process. And then I guess what I like too is you know, the layout of the stage and that sort of thing with the screens behind them that show the waveform, so you can see you know, little waves when Matt is just playing the intro on the guitar, and when the bass and drums join in, gets way more intense. I think that's amazing that they did that in 2004. You know, it's a pretty, like, you know, it's when people create visuals. If you make like dance music or something and you don't have a music video, you might throw your audio in like Premiere Pro and it does all that for you. It shows the wave files and stuff. It's really common these days, right? But in 2004, I think that's quite awesome that they did that, especially on a big stage like that. I think I don't think a lot of people did that around that time, and I think that's definitely one of the. It's not revolutionary and like you're just seeing like the wave file from the audio system and stuff, but it's fun, you know. I like seeing that sort of thing, and I think people definitely did. I think that's what made Muse such a good live act early on, you know. They had the rage at the beginning, like 99, 2000 and that sort of thing, when they played like small festivals and clubs. There were no visuals really, they were just like a rock band, but yeah, once you get the money and the freedom to do what you want, you can really come up with some amazingly entertaining stuff, I guess. Yeah, that makes me a little bit sad. Oh man, I wish I could do stuff like that. That's one way to end a concert, isn't it? All right, so let's rewind it back. You know, we're gonna get into the whole outro thing, but I want to highlight what makes the rest of the song, like the actual song, so good. I think to me, one really important part of the song is the contrast movement, where one part is moving up, one part is moving down, and that happens both with the guitars and the voice. Different vocals, different harmonies on the song, right? So even on the chorus, the melody wouldn't really work what Matt is singing, you know, if Chris wasn't singing what he's singing at the same time. And that's so great that they have two guys that can sing in the band, because when you shape a song like that in studio, I think, you know, you don't necessarily think of how you're going to perform it, and then it can be quite disappointing when it's time to go on tour and you're like, oh, this doesn't really ring the same when we're just like rehearsing it and playing it live. It's not the same as the studio thing. It doesn't have the same knack, but here it kind of really does, doesn't it? Also, you know what I said about the saturation distortion on the voice. I mean, he's still screaming, to be honest. Like, he's still screaming those I wish I could. And even the first one, I wanted to talk about it. The first one sounds like he's dying. It sounds demonic. It sounds insane. It sounds like he's like giving his soul away singing it. And he actually sings all the other ones with the same sort of intensity. I mean, you can see him reaching for that bottle of water at the end. He definitely needs that. That is crazy singing. That is great. Boom, it's me. I made an edit. Yeah, the next stuff we can talk about is the ending, of course. And we have a bit of everything in there. We have I mean... I did stuff like that. I tried to do stuff like that in high school. It didn't work so well. You know, you have Matt taking one of his cabinets and just bringing it over to his pedal board and slamming it on the ground, stomping on it, sitting on top of it, standing on top of it, and playing to get that crazy feedback sound. And he even like grabs the mic and tries to get even more of the feedback with it. And somehow he doesn't shock himself and die. Somehow the whole thing still works. Cables don't get pulled off. I don't know how that works. I don't know if there were other cabs or something. I haven't paid attention. I mean, probably, right? It's just so dumb. It's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, right? Because he pulled the cab, but the mic probably stayed in place. I don't know. I haven't paid enough attention, but yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of crazy stuff. It took me a while to figure out what was actually happening in the crowd. Chris goes into the crowd to play over his head and stuff. The security did not like that, I think. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. It's a bananas performance, and then they play Psycho. It's funny because I think being in the audience in that concert would have been like sensory overload. Like, this was a lot for me to take in. I was like, you know, it's just a lot, man. The sound is so much, and the song is so good, the performance is so good, that I would be like losing my mind were I in this crowd. And watching it later, it's even crazier because of the whole, you know, Psycho thing, where they actually made that into a song that became a massive hit, and I heard it on the radio growing up and stuff like that. So now it's like, oh, they did that in 2004. That's fun, you know, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, that's basically Muse meets Nirvana, meets... what other band was I thinking of? You know, the stage destruction thing, where Matt is even like pulling out parts of the drums and mics and stuff like that. That's exactly Nirvana. That's exactly what they actually did. And Dave would complain all the time that Kurt would mess up his drum kit. He would need another one by the end of every tour, and the managers wouldn't want to buy him at the beginning. It was funny, but I don't know. I wanted to say some other stuff. Yeah, definitely Rage Against the Machine, right? The riffs that they play live. I know it's kind of a meme in the Muse community. Like every Muse outro live is just all the Rage Against the Machine riffs in 30 seconds. But I mean, yeah, this was absolutely bananas. I don't have much else to say about it. Yeah, just a lot to take in. Just a great performance and great use of the stage. Obviously, I mean, I think that's definitely something you grow to remember. And I don't see Muse doing that kind of stuff today. I mean, they've definitely done enough. I think Matt has the Guinness record of most guitars broken on tour, which is kind of fake because he just like would put the neck back on him and stuff, so he would fix them so he wouldn't actually ruin a guitar every time. But anyways, that's just stuff you do when you're young and you kind of get away with it. But I guess, I mean, I don't know. I think people would be a lot more pissed if Muse did that kind of thing today. You know, a bunch of 40-year-olds going on stage messing up amps and stuff. I mean, I assume this is their own gear, but just even the Chris going into the crowd and stuff, a lot of stress for the security. But I mean, if you're a rock star, you have to experience that kind of stuff, and then you can choose to keep doing it or not. I guess I don't know. I'm not a rock star, but you guys can like and subscribe though if you want me to. I don't know, not be a rock star. See you later.